do some good resource harassment, resource damage there to Genius. Right now, Maka's second expansion being harassed by a lone hero zealot, as it were, and as I think that's 5 or 6 mules rain down in preparation for this second expansion. So economy really ramping up here for the Terran. Looks to be still pretty even, but as you'll see slowly, the numbers will creep up for the Red Terran as those mules really go to work on that second expansion. Doesn't really need gold for the time being, as Genius's gold mineral expansion has been dealt a blow here. It will take him a little while longer to get that back up and running. Hopefully he feels he can protect it now. With the storms ready to go, a lot of energy on those High Templar. It looks like 5 of them out on the board with more or less full energy. He's going to have to make sure he's got the good enough positioning for those storms to really take effect. But with the shields going up there, this is a very intimidating force for the Protoss. Probably could have pushed a bit more of an advantage there. He says he feels confident that he's pushed the Terran back enough and kind of made him doubt that he is in fact ready to take on this Protoss force. Genius seems to be reinforcing with High Templar and a few more zealots. The Colossi is still being built for the Protoss. Still really valuing that intimidation factor with the Colossi in the back row. Now protected by the shields and the threat of storms, and there is the first storm that the Terran will see in this game, probably, surely not the last. Blink going down for the Stalkers there. That's the strategy Genius wants to play at, pushing these Vikings back, intimidating them, not giving them the position on these Colossus that they would need to take it down. Sustained fire for about 2 or 3 seconds is what that grouping of Vikings really needs to be able to take down a Colossus. And Genius figuring that with Blink, they're not going to be able to get that sustained fire time. And that is exactly what it seems to be happening here. Colossus taking a bit of damage there, but these Vikings really serving no purpose here. They will be able to... No, they won't. They target the freshly walked-in Colossus. Protoss going to be pushed back by these stim-packing M&Ms. A good amount of medevacs out on the field. Going to give the Terrans real clout here to be able to exert some tremendous authority. But High Templar being warped in, ready to use Storm right away. Great foresight there by Genius to research the extra energy on the High Templar, so that reinforcements will be able to contribute to the war effort immediately. And great back and forth stuff here. 2 or 3 clashes now that you know, seem to be going one way, and then all of a sudden they're turned around, and that's what StarCraft 2, great StarCraft 2 matches are all about. Always keeps you guessing. Never really know which one is going to come out ahead. And was looking like the Protoss had a clear advantage, but the High Templar were melted down, and the Vikings kind of lost their effectiveness there, but great transitioning there by Maka to start building medevacs rather than Vikings. Great foresight, once again, and able to exert a lot of authority with Stimpack. Able to, as well as that, to run really effectively from these storms that he knows are out in great numbers. There is a storm coming down, catching a few outlying units there, M&Ms for the Terran, trying to go for the Ghost EMPs at this moment, and this is a big clash. Looks like the advantage clearly going to go to the Terran, who's going to push out big muscle here, but he's got to avoid those storms, and oh, the storms are absolutely going to melt him down, and this is just unbelievable stuff. Storms never count out a Protoss when he's got plenty of storms, but still those beefy Marauders with medevac support, not as much as before, but the medevacs are going to keep them alive, going to take down this proton cannon, and Genius just not able to exert anything here. He's going to have a few more storms right now, about to come down. Yeah, here we go, and should be able to melt down the remaining Terran. And amazingly, this gold mineral expansion is going to stay up. Like I said before, the High Templars coming in with enough energy to storm right away is just a godsend here for Genius. and he's going to be able to defend this expansion, but Maka, being really, really aggressive here, feels he can take down this expansion with a few dropped units out of medevacs, and yeah, he's going to be able to do it. Amazing stuff. I feel like most players would have just retreated and licked their wounds, but he's going to sacrifice these units to take down that gold mineral expansion. In fact, two of them are going to survive. A lucky Marine and a lucky Marauder, both. They're going to go back to the bar and be able to tell lots of great war stories about the time they took down that gold mineral expansion. But as soon as it's down, Genius is popping it right back up, and he's going to try to... Third time now that he's going to try to get that gold mineral expansion back up and running. He's had it for a good part of the game now, and just really playing his expansions well is Genius. Now Maka getting his third expansion in pretty close proximity to the Protoss here, hoping that maybe a second wing of base and production here will be able to maybe pincer the Protoss in and make him feel really claustrophobic about moving out. Both of these players trying to exert map control. Both of the players really soaking up a lot of the resources. A good EMP there. The Ghost getting in pretty deep. A lot of these Protoss units left without shields, and will these Marauders try to press them? No, they won't. But the Protoss, again, feeling that too risky to go deep into the Terran base, and Terran economy really got the advantage here. Maybe not in gas, but minerals giving him the ability to really reinforce his units and his army whenever needed, and large forces of M&Ms being supported by these medevacs, giving him tremendous force and aggression and advantage. Looks like his second expansion in a little bit of danger here. Maka going to choose to lift it up. I don't think it'll be enough. I think the Stalkers will be able to do the job, as well as these Archons. Great anti-air units if they can stay up, usually. Not out in great numbers in most of the games that we've seen, but they are able to do the job there. Second expansion for Maka going down. Had it for a while, and looks like he's going to try to take it right back again. Common trend in this game for these players to just fearlessly be going right back and getting these expansions right back, as opposed to going to a new location. And this expansion here just absolutely buzzing with SCVs. There's got to be about 4 million SCVs mining at this expansion, and just going nuts. Most SCVs I think I've ever seen at a single expansion right there. And Protoss must be frustrated that these barracks units, these simple barracks units, are really pushing him around. The Ghost coming in there with another great EMP. Look how many units just without shields there for the Protoss. Great positioning on the EMPs. Both exchanging great storms and EMPs, and the High Templar look like they're going to be caught with their slowness on the way back, but they're going to morph into an Archon and see if they can't survive this skirmish. Both of these players back and forth, yo-yoing all game long, and never really confident to penetrate deeply into the other player's base. A few times we've seen expansions go down to major aggression, but it looks like the Protoss finally feeling like he can come out and exert some real pressure here. I'd like to see him come down and maybe make some forward pylons near the Xel'Naga Watchtower here, so he can support this forward army as much as he can. Terran desperate to get units out. Production must be really ramped up here for the Terran, trying to get his M&M ranks back up, and it's too much for Maka. He's going to say GG. Finally, the Protoss feeling an advantage. Very close stuff from both players. Very kind of dicey encounters where you never really knew who was going to come out on top, and it finally took that final gambit by Genius, the blue Protoss, to say, okay, I've got enough here. I can see his forces dwindling. I'm willing to go in deep, to go in behind enemy lines, and to see what I can accomplish. Really, in the end, the Archon's really doing a great job at tanking there, using his Archons brilliantly as whenever the High Templar ran out of energy, to have them survive the battle, to have them survive the sustained pressure from Maka, and really great, interesting stuff spreading out all over the map. Only really 2 areas of expansion were left into the end of the game, so very great stuff. Very great stuff if you feel like expanding is one of the worst parts of your game. Like I know it is for me. when I see games like this, it really, really illuminates how important it is to aggressively expand and to not be afraid. If an expansion goes down, so be it. You pop it right back up in its same place, and we saw that with a few bases a few more times. And the Protoss coming out ahead, but it was a very, very, very even match. So, on behalf of myself and the absent Baeus, of course, gone for a week, I hope you enjoyed this solo cast by myself, Jadis, of the Wood League, and thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.